Uh, Good morning. I am at the Sanctuary Bed and Breakfast in Ogden, St. George. And as I heard yesterday on my hike, some people call it Augie. This is Rebecca. Good morning,
Good
Rebecca.
morning.
And Rebecca has consented for me to do a quick interview of her and about the sanctuary. So you were telling me a little bit ago, and I interrupted you. I said I want to video this because on my trek, I am wanting to talk with people that have a special purpose about what they do, and the way you described what you believe the sanctuary is for people really spoke to me, and I wanted you to tell uh, I wanted you to tell that story a little bit. And so you were saying that this is not a certain kind of bed and breakfast, but it is what? What do you describe it as?
It's my vision of the kind of bed and breakfast that I would want to stay in.
Oh, yeah.
Many years ago, I went round Scotland with my mother, and we bed and breakfast. And at the end of it, we had scored them all and said, "Oh, that wasn't good, or this was good," and so on. And then many years later, when I came to open up this, and she lived nearby here, we went out together and put the whole operation together.
Oh, my.
And the underlying element for me is that nobody leaves here wishing that they could have had another of this, that hopefully they have felt very satisfied. And it's developed over the years with the homemade produce, the fruits in the garden, the bees.
Yeah, talk about your homemade produce.
Oh, right, okay. Well, we grow lots of soft fruits, so strawberries, raspberries, black currants, red currants, apples, and from those rhubarb, it's just beetroots, and from all those types of preserves that you historically would have preserved, we pickle them, we chutney them, we eat them, we serve them, all of those types of things.
When you served the eggs this morning, I commented about how lusciously yellow they are. And you said some people wonder, did you add food coloring to that?
Well, they are so yellow, aren't they?
They are.
Very yellow.
Rich.
But that's all the greenery that the chickens eat. I mean, you can see with the amount of grass we've got and other things. So I haven't let them out yet, actually. They'll be in there squawking, asking for food. But they're allowed to go and eat bits and pieces. They find insects and eat the tadpoles out of the pond. And, whatever they find, they
get all their protein that way. Yeah. I saw them digging in your flower bed, and they make their nests out there. And they were through my bathroom window.
Oh, that's their dust bath. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their dust bath. That was really cute. I took a picture of them.
Oh, did you? Right.
You said that some people wouldn't want to come here, and I was curious how you described that.
We've had probably in our time 3, maybe 4 people that it's been quite clear they were uncomfortable. Some people stay in places where they just want anonymity.
Right.
So, like I would call a Holiday Inn, where you here's your key, here's your room, shut the door, end of story.
They want to disappear.
And so we've had a few people who were like that. Some people find it difficult to get to grips with them coming into our home, because they see it completely as our home.
Right.
Despite the fact that we work very hard to say to people, you're welcome to sit in the conservatory or sit in the lounge, and they say, but we don't want to interrupt you. But the truth is, we've got other rooms upstairs, so that's where we retire to. A lady quite recently had never done bed and breakfast, and a British lady, and she said, I just feel I'm in your house. And I said, well, you are, but I know you're in my house and it's okay. So, just get on with it, really.
Yeah, yeah.
But her friends all said, "Oh no, this is great. This is one of the best ones."
I know. Well, you said some people want like a 4 or 5-star place, and you said this is your home. Yeah. Now, to me, it's a 5-star home because you are so welcoming, and for me, walking on the Ridgeway, this is exactly what I was looking for in my experience, to be a part of British life. That I just feel like I am enriched by this experience.
All right.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. Yeah. You mentioned your website, and you said that you just put a video on your website.
Yes, we had one done. Modern advertising, I believe it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will put your website on this video too.
thank
So
you.
yeah, so
That'd be
people
good.
can go look, and then they can see. Because people are so curious, they want to know exactly, well, where are you staying, Royce? And so that will really help satisfy that curiosity. So thank you, Rebecca.
Thank
You're a
you.
wonderful host, and your family's wonderful too, very gracious in inviting. And it was fun meeting those guys this morning,
Oh,
the
yes.
guests. Yeah, they're doing the Ridgeway too. They seem like a real tight group, don't they?
Yes, I was asking how they all came together because it's interesting. We get lots of groups of people, and some are families that say, "Oh, we don't need to visit. Let's all go and spend 3 days together, get all the talk over and done with, and then go back home again." And others, last week's group of men were from university years, and they were our age,
Yeah.
whatever that is.
Yeah, whatever that is.
And we're getting a lot more women in groups,
Mm-hmm.
older women in 2s and 3s, but younger women in groups, working women who want to escape, and that's really good.
Yeah, it is.
And it's fun, and they come in and they enjoy it, and they leave.
Yeah.
So, really good.
Well, you provide a lovely service for people, and it looks like it nourishes you as well.
It wears me
It's a
out
lot of
sometimes.
I believe it does.
Yeah.
And you keep doing it.
Yes, we do. I mean, what started off as a necessity due to circumstances, because I had 2 small children, had given up my professional job, and it's grown out of all proportions of what we ever anticipated.
Well, and that's because you do such a great job.
Well, I think, but also the Ridgeway has become so much more used and known about, and that's great, because we're really talking only a smattering of people 10, 14 years ago who were following the book. Now the web has changed the world,
It has changed, and that's what captured my imagination, is to hike the oldest road in Europe, and I'm fortunate that along the oldest road there is this beautiful bed and breakfast called the Sanctuary. So thank you, Rebecca.
No, thank you.